A question's been sent in by Zane, who's listening at home in Harringey. He wants to know whether the ULEZ, which of course was an incredibly fractious period, was worth it. Do we know whether or not it has actually helped?
Well, with your permission, James, I'll bring in Mete, who has wasn't here for the battles, but he's here to tell us. He's here to sort of share in the glory.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think in so many ways this is such an important issue to Londoners. I myself, partly the reason why I always admit to people I'm not a traditional environmentalist, and partly the reason why I grew to care about this issue is partly because I come from a community which disproportionately impacted from an air quality crisis that they didn't cause in the first place. And when the mayor first became elected in 2016, experts told him that it would take 193 years for us to reach legal limits of pollution levels in London. We're now on track to reach that this year because of bold steps that we've taken with ULEZ expansion, and the results have been remarkable for Londoners. In London alone, roadside nitrogen dioxide levels are down by 54% and 24% out of London. But we've also made sure that we're also supporting Londoners in making sure that their vehicles are compliant too. So 54,000 people have been successful applicants in terms of the scrappage scheme, which the mayor put behind ULEZ, which is approximately just under £200 million of investment where we're helping support Londoners. So now we have 97% of vehicles in London are now compliant with our clean air standards. So it has worked, to answer the question. We're very, very ambitious on this agenda because we do very much see it as an issue of social justice, racial justice, but also economic justice. And it's about making sure that we know that lots of residents in London don't have a choice about where they live. They don't have the financial means to say, hey, I don't like living here because it's got bad air quality, so therefore I'm going to go rent somewhere else or go buy property elsewhere. So it's our job to make sure that we're cleaning their air. And as I always say, the final point that I'll make on this point is, how many people in this room would drink dirty water? The point is,
For the benefit of people listening at home, one joker put his hand up, I think.
The point is we all need oxygen to breathe, right? So why have we normalised something that should never, ever, ever have been normalised? Just because it's always been like this, it should just never have been like this. So my point is London should never just be a place where we live to work. It should be a place where we create thriving neighbourhoods. So whether that's clean air quality, making sure that we've got good public thriving spaces, energy efficient homes, that's what we're delivering in London.
Sadiq, why do you think, looking back, it became such a febrile issue? I've been doing my job for quite a long time. I'm no stranger to violent public reactions to some political decisions and some policies, but I was taken aback by the vitriol that was stirred up over ULEZ, and it seemed to disappear almost overnight. I suppose the peak might have been the Uxbridge by-election, but when you look back at some of the personal abuse that you received, why do you think this issue became such a hot topic?
Well, can I just deal with Zane's question, which is, I don't want to pretend it was easy. It's probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my professional life. And there were times where I had self-doubt because of not just because of the abuse and the threats to my life and the abuse of my family and our home and so forth, but because you can sometimes make the mistake as a politician of thinking a vocal minority speak for everyone. And we spent a lot of time, my team and I, going out, and the silent majority, as Mete said, actually won't put up with dirty water. And when you explain to them this stuff they can't see and what it causes, the silent majority were on our side. And it's for others to explain why in the Uxbridge by-election, both the main parties were opposed to clean air. And as a consequence, the Conservatives won the by-election. But you will know, James, I've always been quite clear about my role as a politician in an unpatronising way, educating people about the benefits of cycling, the benefits of walking, the benefits of breathing clean air. And I think what worries me, James, to answer your question is, it's become a proxy for a culture war. You're seeing more and more things being used as a proxy for a culture war. It could be graffiti in our capital city. It could be fare evasion in our capital city. It could be clean air, inverted commas, anti-car, and on and on and on. And you said something really interesting a few moments ago, which is social media giving the impression this is normal. And the impression was given that everyone was against the clean air. Everyone was, against our kids not getting smaller lungs and so forth. And I'm really pleased and proud that people, stood with us. And you will remember, because we spoke about this during the mayoral campaign, I said, on the ballot paper is clean air. My main opponent wants to reverse ULEZ. I'm quite clear where I stand. We got the biggest swing to an incumbent in the 25 years of mayoral elections, and I'm really proud of this city for doing that.